Hi guys, so welcome back to the official channel for Masterpieces Writing and Editing LLC. I am Erica and I am the head writer and editor as well as the owner, and now I am officially a published author. Last week I released How to Write a Book Without Breaking the Bank on Gumroad, and thank you guys for everyone who has already purchased their copy. And it has really been an amazing experience and it's so exciting, and I'm learning things as I go. And if you've seen the title of this video, it is based on what is in the ebook. So if you guys are curious about what's inside, or if you have your copy and you want to learn more, stay tuned. Based on my personal experiences as an editor, I've gotten different types of clients. And sometimes people come in and they know exactly what they're looking for. Other times they don't. And I find that with the people who aren't necessarily sure about the right that they want to go with their book, it's because they're not really sold on the idea of becoming an author. Because let's face it, even though, yes, it's a great idea to just want to become an author, just to see your product, in your hand, to see it in the hands of your audience, it's a lot of hard work. So you have to be very serious about whether or not you want to become an author. So here are three ways to know if you're ready to be one. So, number one, you must know your why and have a clearly defined why. So, saying that you want to write a book just to write a book is not going to cut it. It's not. You have to make sure that your passion, your investment, and your end goal all align. And what I mean by that is you have to make sure that you are passionate about what you're doing, that you really care about what you're doing, because that's the thing that's going to keep you motivated throughout the process. If you don't care, if you're not that passionate about it, what's going to get you from point A to point B to when you make it to the finish line? The second thing is your investment. So, of course, my ebook is catered to helping you save money. But one of the main things that you can waste is your time. And that's the one thing that you will not be able to get back if you waste too much of it. So, you have to make sure that you're willing to invest time and to use your time wisely. And the third thing, your end goal. What is it that you want to achieve? You must have a clear idea of that. A lot of people decide to write a book because it's extra income. Some people want to give more attention to their business. Other people are just passionate about writing and want to share their stories. Other people want to inspire, to educate, to uplift. So make sure that you have that clearly defined. And if all three of those things line up and make sense, then okay, you know your why. You can string all of those things together. However, one thing that I do want to note, I know that some people believe that writing a book has to be a part of your purpose. Like if you don't write this book, you won't feel as if you fulfill your life's dream journey, but it's okay. If you feel as if writing this book isn't the end all be all to your life, that's perfectly fine. It does not have to be a part of your purpose, but you must consider writing a book worth it. Number two, know what you want to write about. And for some people, this is a difficult one because okay, you know that you want to write a book to educate people, to uplift people, to inspire them, but how will you do that? So the first thing to do is to start with what you know and then figure out what's going to inspire people to pick up your book. So one of the things that I like to use, and it's the analogy that I use in the ebook, let's say that you want to help people save money and you do really well with money management. So there are different ways that you can go about that. You can share your own personal experiences with money, or you can figure out a unique way. Can you help people create meals on a budget? Can you help people create a savings plan? Whatever it is, you start with what you know and then you work from there and think about what's going to be the thing that's going to pull people to your book. So think about if someone was at the bookstore and they were just walking by a table, what would make them stop and be like, this book is interesting. You start thinking about that. And sometimes it's best to put yourself in the consumer's place because at the end of the day, I think that any good writer starts out as a consumer first. I know that I am one. And because I love books, I looked at it from the standpoint of a consumer. Would I consider this good enough to pick up and buy? Would I want to spend my money on it? And that's the key. People spend money on things that they find valuable. So you have to pick something that people are going to find, okay, I need this. This is going to help me solve a problem. This is going to help me achieve something. And it can be a want or a need, not necessarily that it has to be one or the other, just something that people are going to be willing to spend their money on because they find value in it. Number three, know your audience. And this one is a big one because it's not just going to help you write your book, it's going to help you sell your book. And you have to know specifically who you are writing for. And here's a hint, it is never, ever, 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 ever going to be everyone, and it is never, ever, ever, ever going to be you. Trying to write for everyone is going to end up in you not writing for anyone. Because let's face it, everyone is too broad. But if you hit a specific area of people, you will be able to make sales every single time. And it is never going to be you. Now, while your why is personal, who you're writing for is never going to be you. And if you just want to write for yourself, that's fine. You can write it and just keep it, for yourself. But if you want to actually publish a book for other people, you have to take yourself out of the equation and you have to figure out what your audience is into. Who are they? Where do they live? What do they like? What are their interests? What are their hobbies? You have to start looking into this information and you can research online. You can start asking people that you know, start picking their brains. And another important thing to note is that while it's great to have a specific audience in mind, don't overlook the people who might be a secondary audience. And what I mean by this is going back to the money management example. So, someone who's newly financially independent and who wants to know how to save money might be interested. But also the parents who want to get their teens into a money mindset so that they will have money management skills by the time they get old enough to leave the home. So you have to allow your wheels to start turning, get creative, and please allow the internet to help you. It is a million and one examples of who have done things in similar to yours and who have done them well. And it is a perfect example to help you along the way so you won't have to figure everything out for yourself. Now, just to give you guys a recap, 3 ways to know if you are ready to be an author. Number one, you know your why. You have a clearly defined definition of why you're dedicated to writing this book. Number two, you know what you're writing about. You know exactly what you know and how you can spin that to appeal to other people. And number three, you know your audience. You know who you're writing to, who you're writing for, who you are helping solve a problem or achieve a goal. And if you are able to clearly answer these 3 questions, then guess what? You are ready to be a published author. But if not, don't get discouraged. Just go back to the drawing board and really spend some time thinking about these questions and thinking about, okay, so if I wasn't as dedicated before, what are some ways that I can become dedicated? And really just spend some time getting to know your own wants and needs so that you can be able to appeal to the wants and needs of others. And if you need some help, you can download my new ebook, How to Write a Book Without Breaking the Bank, which is available now on Gumroad, and you can get the ebook as well as the worksheets, or you can pick one or the other depending on where you are in your writing journey. And it provides step-by-step instructions as well as bonus tips to help you plan, write, and publish your book from start to finish, and doing it in a way that saves you time and money because we all know we want to save our coins. And it will also provide a practical way to help you plan things out. So I'm not just telling you things and hoping that you figure it out. I'm actually showing you guys in the worksheets how you can do these things step by step. So if that interests you, make sure that you click the link in the bio and you get your copy. And all I ask is that you leave an honest review and share it with your friends. And if you know anyone who could use this video, share that with them as well. And I look forward to being back with you guys again soon. I have a whole lot more content for you guys, like I mentioned before, especially especially surrounding this ebook as well as other things that I have going on. So make sure that you like, you comment, you subscribe, and that you hit the notification bell so that you can be one of the first to know when I upload. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.